Hello everyone, this is PK Entertainment and we're back again, and here now we have another video for you, and we're going to review and break down the second trailer for Obi Wan Kenobi. Now I'm sure you all know what this is by now, but just in case there's anybody watching who doesn't know, Obi Wan Kenobi is the series based on the iconic character from the Star Wars franchise. He made his first appearance of course in the 1977 groundbreaking film A New Hope, where he was originally played by Alec Guinness. We later saw his younger version played by Ewan McGregor in a prequel trilogy, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. This followed the young Jedi Master training Anakin Skywalker throughout his developing years before coming into final conflict at the end of the Revenge of the Sith. Now over the years we've seen further adventures of the character being told in the animated series, both Star Wars The Clone Wars and also Star Wars Rebels. Now Obi Wan Kenobi will focus on the events post-Revenge of the Sith, where we saw the initiative of the Order 66, created by Emperor Palpatine in order to hunt down the remaining Jedi. Now Ewan McGregor will reprise his role in the series that will overall consist of 6 episodes and will debut on Disney Plus on May the 27th, where I believe the first 2 episodes will be shown. Now I've already given more extensive thoughts on whether I felt the series and Obi-Wan's story in general had any more value left in it, so you can check out that video at a later date. So this time I'll go straight into the trailer, and overall it wasn't anything spectacular. We did get far more dramatic music throughout this trailer, and we very much set again the narrative that this will be a chase story where we have the group known as the Inquisitors, who are working under the orders of Emperor Palpatine to complete the Order 66 initiative by hunting down the remaining Jedi. We get various shots of them arriving on Tatooine looking for Obi-Wan, and we hear the first lines from Obi-Wan himself in the series, disputing very much with Owen Lars, who was the parent that he handed over Luke towards. I think Ewan McGregor still looks very good in the role, so there'll be no doubts that he'll still be able to convincingly portray the character throughout this series. Now throughout the rest of this trailer, we very much focus on Moses Ingram, who is taking charge and ordering the pursuit of Obi-Wan. There's been certain speculation by many fans that she will start off evil, but then go on some sort of redemptive arc and end up being a force of good by the end of the series. We also then get some glimpses of Darth Vader again. We have some earlier scenes where we see some cybernetics being attached, giving some indication that we will once again see a sequence of Darth Vader being constructed together, just like what we saw at the end of Revenge of the Sith. And then we ended on the final scene where we hear Darth Vader breathing again as we close in on Obi-Wan closing his eyes. This is indicating very much that Obi-Wan is either in the capture of Darth Vader or is sensing the re-emergence of his once close friend. So this trailer didn't really show us anything too much or give us any major revelations. Now that could be deliberate, as they don't want to spoil too much in terms of the overall series. It's been very much confirmed by Kathleen Kennedy that we will be seeing the ultimate rematch of this century, as she phrased it, between both Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. Now I've always had my reservations about this, as many fans have, that I do believe that any encounter that we see between the two figures within this series does indeed undercut the eventual meeting that they have in A New Hope. But I do also hope that we get far more added value within this series, and that we don't just centre it around Obi-Wan meeting Darth Vader, because for me that encounter doesn't really carry any more value. It's yet again another sign that we're turning once again to Darth Vader, very much like DC does with the Joker. He's a villain, of course, that is probably the most iconic within all of cinema, but I do feel over the course of many of the Star Wars content that we've seen, certainly in the last 5 to 10 years, that I do believe Vader has been overused, and that we should be looking to the show to see something new and original. It does deflate the jeopardy to an extent, because we know that whatever happens, no matter how hard or intense that the Inquisitors pursue him, we all know that Obi-Wan will make it at the end of this series. So they've certainly got a big job on their hands here in making this an essential series to the Star Wars canon. Now as we all know, we've had the massive fallout from the Disney sequel trilogy, leaving many fans outraged at disappointment at the handling of certain characters, Luke Skywalker in particularly from The Last Jedi. There was an initial upturn in optimism with The Mandalorian, which seemed to gain much favour with fans with the emergence of Baby Yoda, and of course the CGI recreation of a young Luke Skywalker in the second season. We had this again recreated in the Book of Boba Fett, of course, but sadly that series left a lot of fans disappointed at the way that Boba Fett was treated and very much sidelined as a character. So to an extent there is a lot riding on this Obi-Wan series. One, because you're dealing with one of the most iconic characters within the whole franchise, And 2, you really have to convince fans a lot more that if there is any future within Disney Star Wars, that it will indeed bring the franchise back to its heights in terms of good storytelling and respect of the iconic characters. I think that's the biggest sticking point with all of the Star Wars fandom, is that they don't want to see any more deconstruction or disrespect of the established canon. So hopefully Obi-Wan won't fall into those same traps, but again, I'm still wary, particularly of the integration of Darth Vader, that we will yet again see some form of anger and outrage if there are any elements within this series that seem to compromise the original trilogy or indeed the prequel trilogy as well. It seems also logical that we should also expect an appearance from Palpatine in some stage. If we are going to be referring to Vader, then it only makes sense that Emperor Palpatine will be appearing in some way, shape or form, and maybe that's why we're seeing such limited footage in terms of these trailers, because that's one of the hidden surprises that we'll see throughout this series. So overall, we will wait and see if Palpatine does indeed make an appearance, and I think in terms of the show overall, I just hope that it's in some way, shape or form a very good show with a good story, and also most importantly, it stays truthful to these characters overall, and at the very least can please the Star Wars fans in some way, shape or form. So those are my overall thoughts and feelings and review of the second trailer for Obi Wan Kenobi. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you excited for this show, or do you feel after the recent Star Wars content that you are now completely burned out and disillusioned by whatever new shows come out from Disney and you have lost faith within the entire franchise? Do you think that this franchise is still stuck in the past and that we should be focusing on far newer continuities and newer characters to freshen the brand? Or are you very excited at once again seeing the iconic characters Obi Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader coming face to face once again? Let me know what you think in the comments. And as usual with all television series, I will cover the premiere episodes, the first 2 that are shown, and also the series finale and also the season review as a whole. So look out for that content within the channel within the future. If you have any other shows or series that you'd like to see me cover within this channel, let me know within the comments and I will provide extensive commentary of those shows as well. Please also hit and like the subscription and notification buttons so I can provide with more high quality content like this in the future. But that's it for now. Take care of yourselves, stay safe distances, and I will see you very, very soon.